Memorial Day is a day to honor our fallen heroes, those who have given the ultimate sacrifice to our country. But those deaths also greatly impact the warriors who are lucky enough to return home from the battlefield. I sat down with one of our Vietnam heroes, whose story we share here.
I was born and raised in Wyoming, and in my second year of college at the University of Wyoming, I dropped out of school and immediately went into the Army. I went to Vietnam in early 1968, right after the Tet Offensive. And upon arriving in Vietnam, I was assigned to the 1st Infantry Division, specifically the Black Lions, which was an elite group within the 1st Infantry. 3 days in Vietnam, I received my first wound from a rocket, well actually it wasn't a rocket-propelled grenade, it was a 122 millimeter rocket which exploded overhead. And I was one of the fortunate ones from that incident. I think the most vivid for me was one particular incident that I was flying in on. We were on a solo flight and we received a call from a patrol on the ground. They were on a search and destroy mission, and they were under heavy enemy fire and took a lot of casualties. And as a result of that, we went in and tried to extract the wounded from the field. In doing that, our helicopter took a direct hit from an RPG. And the helicopter went down. I was thrown out of the helicopter. And the most difficult memory for me is the fact that I lived through that incident and no one else did. The most vivid memories weren't necessarily what happened to me, but what I saw in the war and what happened to others, because we lost a lot of young, brave men in Vietnam. Memorial Day, in my mind, are for those who paid the supreme sacrifice, gave their lives for their country, and we should never forget those who made that sacrifice.
Tony was sent home from Vietnam after he was shot twice in the right arm and received a chest wound from an RPG. He now suffers with post-traumatic stress disorder, something he shares in his book, Tears of a Warrior. Tune in tomorrow for more on his book and his struggle with this disorder that affects so many brave men and women.